Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will be speaking about Mercury, but not only about Mercury but about his important heliacal phase. He is visible now and he will be visible quite long until 27th of November approximately. Why is this important? This is important because in most cases we don't see Mercury on the sky. He is hidden in the rays of the sun. He is the planet which is very near the sun and as such is usually hidden in the rays of the sun. So we don't really see Mercury. I can tell you that so many times I've been trying to observe Mercury, and out of 10 times knowing about his visibility, maybe I had the chance to see him once. Really, if he's visible, this is for a very short moment because he is very near the sun. Mercury, he is ruling, as you know, Virgo. He is ruling Gemini. He is associated with the star Castor in Gemini, the star which is from the constellation of the Great Twins, Castor and Pollux. He is ruling Virgo. He is as evening star. He is Hermes. This is the energy of Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus. Being an evening star now, Mercury can be seen in the evenings. It means when the sun is setting, shortly after that, really shortly after that, try to detect Mercury on the western horizon. If you find this difficult, it is very easy to use one of those applications, like Stellarium, Star Walk, Skywalk. They are free of charge, and sometimes I use them when I'm doubting which planet this is, which star, and this is very, very convenient, and you will like it. So he's an evening star. He's Hermes Trismegistus. Now, he as an evening star is literally associated with our mental capacities, intellectual capacities. Hermes of the Greeks, of the Babylonians, this is Nabu, the god Nabu, who is the son of Jupiter, who is Marduk, and Tsar Panito. These are his father and mother. The name Nabu means the favorite son of Marduk. Nabu, Nabium, written in logograms on the cuneiform tablets, the way they used to write back then, is meaning exactly this: the favorite son of Marduk and Tsar Panito. And most probably N and B together means the one who is informing, kind of, the one who is informing. So his grandfather is Ea, and he also, like his father Marduk, is the god of wisdom. He is the all-knowing god, divinity of the writing system. That's why you always see him illustrated on the cuneiform tablets with the scribe, which was, this special thing that they would use to write on the clay. So he's having in his hand this stylus, or I don't know how they used to call this, and he's standing on Tiamat, the grandmother of Marduk, the dragon. So this is about how he looks like. Then also Nabu, or Mercury, he was, like I told you, he's representing Castor. He also is one second. Yes, I forgot for a second what I wanted to tell you. He is also associated with the star Antares. And this is very interesting and is very relevant for what I wanted to tell you now. Because Mercury is associated with the star Antares, and this is the star of the stomach of the celestial Scorpion, and this is the royal star Antares, which actually classically is known to have martial nature. This is the star of the army leader, star of very high magnitude, very, very well visible on the sky. And the star Antares is associated with intellectual capacities. Antares. You know, you have the four royal stars, Antares in opposition, also in the 15 degrees of Scorpio, of Taurus. You have Aldebaran. So Antares is in the 15 degrees of Scorpio, Aldebaran is in the 15 degrees of Taurus. Then you have Regulus in Leo, and then you have Fomalhaut in Aquarius. So these are the four royal stars. So it is believed that Mercury, as an evening star, not as a morning star, is also associated with not only with the castor from Gemini, but with Antares in Scorpio, and always the star Antares is associated with intellectual capacities. This is not only the star of powerful army leader, not only, but this is also the star of intellectual capacities. Why this is relevant now, I will tell you, because now as we speak, indeed, Mercury is visible, but he is visible in Libra, and he is receiving square from Mars in Cancer. So Mars is squaring the visible Mercury. And this is a little bit, this is a negative aspect of Mars. This aspect will be valid until 30th of October. Mars squaring Mercury, who is in Libra right now, until 30th of October. This negative aspect is indeed a little bit confusing, especially when it comes to trade work, making financial decisions, making speech, negotiations, travel. This is indeed disturbing a little bit, especially when we don't know, when we don't take this into consideration. On 30th of October, Mercury is leaving Libra, and he's entering, from 30th of October, he's entering Scorpio, where he will be staying almost one complete month until 27th. Not staying, he will be visible. This is even more powerful. Yes, he will be in Scorpio, but until 27th of November, he will be visible in Scorpio. And this is very, very powerful, because I again emphasize on the fact that he is associated with the star Antares, which is in the stomach of the celestial Scorpion. When he enters Scorpio on the 30th of October, he automatically will form conjunction with Venus. Yes, this will be not for long, because on 8th of, yes, I think it was, yes, on 8th of November, Venus is leaving Scorpio to enter Sagittarius. But anyway, for these 8 days, from 30th of October until 8th of November, Venus and visible Mercury as an evening star. Venus is also as an evening star there. So two planets will conjoin to make beautiful conjunction. This will not be exact conjunction. In the ancient astrology, conjunction we have also when the two planets are sharing the sign. They do not need to share the degree. It is enough for them to be in conjunction also when they are sharing the sign. So there will be this 8-9 days of beautiful conjunction between Venus and Mercury, and actually exactly from 8th to the 11th of November, Mercury will be passing the degree of Antares. Beautiful, because this is the star which the ancients, especially in the Babylonian astrology, the ancients would associate Mercury exactly as an evening star, not as a morning star, exactly with Antares. Antares is very, very, very potent star. Now, saying all this to you, how can we benefit from this? First, just to remind you, once again, this is an evening star, Mercury. And when he is a morning star, this is totally different energy associated with different divinity. And as a morning star, we see him in the morning, very early in the morning, again shortly if we're lucky to detect him, and this is happening usually before the sun rises. So but this is another situation, Mercury as a morning star. So he is Hermes or Nabu, the god of the writing system, who is ruling, who created the writing system, who is ruling the cuneiform writing system. Also, he's married to Nisaba, which actually is the goddess which is ruling Virgo. This is the Virgin Lady, which we see lying on the ecliptic, the Virgo lady. This is Nisaba, this is his wife, and she's also the ruler of astrology. Mercury is the old ruler of astrology. But okay, I'm going to, out of the focus on this. So the idea was, how can we benefit from this? Especially, I believe, from the period from 30th of October until 27th of November, when Mercury will be visible in Scorpio. And once again, to remind to you, this is not often to see. It is, Mercury is usually invisible, and people who have visible Mercury in their horoscopes, these people are very awake, usually smarter, with exceptional creativity of their minds. So this is to tell you that this is exceptionally a beautiful situation, also because Mars will not be forming square anymore, but he will be forming trine. So this is more like organized mind, more structured mind. Now there will be square from Saturn, who in the meantime will be in Aquarius, but I'm not really bothered by this square because the active planet in this square is Mercury. So Saturn is a little bit weaker in this square, and he's not causing major affliction, really, not really. So this is one thing. So Scorpio is what? What is this? Mercury in Scorpio, visible as an evening star, trined by Mars, receiving opposition from Jupiter. Now, Scorpio is the natural ruler of the 8th house. 8th house is the house of secrets, house of mystery. This is the house naturally ruled by Scorpio, which is also the place beloved by the Venus as invisible, Reshkigal or Ishara. This is the place full of mystery and the greatest knowledge. This is, Scorpio was also the sign of the great transformations. This is not cliche, this is transformation, because you can imagine Scorpio is Scorpio, but in the higher vibrational realms, Scorpio is becoming the ego. And in some cultures, take the Aztecs for example, the ego is God. They don't say God, they say the ego. Therefore, Scorpio can really be very transformative, and it's truly the sign of consciousness and awakening when we go through the transformation required by the Scorpionic energy. Now, we cannot become wiser or wise or awake without suffering. That's why this transformation of Scorpio is, of course, happening through hardship. This is 8th house of the zodiac. 8th house is money, money of others, money from unexpected sources. And I'm telling you this because with Mercury there, Mercury, who is an evening star, who is comfortable in Scorpio, Hermes. In Scorpio, we have, especially in the 10th degree and in the first week of November, Mercury will pass through this degree. So there you have also the sacred degree. Sacred degree, which is called Hermetic degree, of amazing insights and knowledge, sacred knowledge. So how to benefit? Knowledge. Knowledge is the answer. Amazing knowledge. We need to study, to organize ourselves, to this is like a chance. Mercury visible for such a long time in Scorpio with Venus for a certain period of time, which I just told you about, and passing through the sacred degrees first in the first week of November, and then continuing through Antares, major, beautiful, powerful star, which he also rules. So, in terms of gains related to knowledge-based work, or 8th house of the zodiac is about money from unexpected sources, inheritances, insurances, money from partnership or the money of your partner. This can bring you very creative decisions or can solve matters which you wouldn't expect to be solved, for example. Of course, it is not without importance to see how Mercury is placed in your horoscope. This will be particularly resultful for people who are ruled by Mercury. Mercury who is Almuten in their horoscopes. Let's say for people who have Virgo ascendants, this could be also very resultful. The Mercurian people who are very much into knowledge-based activities, occupations, professions, people who are writers or who are into natural sciences. Scorpio is also related to healing, natural sciences. So there is, let me also remind you that the scorpionic energy is about poison, because the poisonous peak of Scorpio is the star Shaul, mighty star, which people who have this star on beautifully placed in their horoscopes usually are healers, doctors, but in a good way. I'm sorry, but I lost completely trust in the allopathic contemporary doctors, but I mean healers, true healers. So this could be very, very potent for them. This can bring healing to some people, because Scorpio can give knowledge about healing or solution related to certain diseases. So we can benefit very much from Mercury in Scorpio, and it will be even very beautiful while he will be with Venus, and this is from the beginning, from 30th of October till 88th of November including. So knowledge, financial decisions, depends really a little bit on where you have Scorpio in your horoscope, and it depends really on what Mercury is doing in your horoscope. If you have Mercury as Almuten, like I say, you feel every move or phase or rise. Phase by phase, I would mean whether he's a morning star, evening star, in which sign, and so all this matters. Now, of course, with this, what can I tell you? I tell you, the more connected we are with the planets, the better results we have from them. The better. It's like connections with people. This is also with the planets. We need to establish connections. So, trying to observe Mercury, and now in the evening, it's easier, because if he's a morning star, we need to wake up really very early. But now in the evening, try to observe Mercury, connect to this energy, see what he has for you, and what you feel, then you will know. So this is what I wanted to tell you about Mercury, Nabu of the ancient world. I remember also then his hidden place, his exaltation place was Virgo. But later on, of course, he was Hermes, also the god of knowledge and wisdom, and he is also represented as Hermes by Mercury as an evening star. And already this is enough for us to know that this is timing for us to gain knowledge. So I hope this was useful for you, ladies and gentlemen. For me, certainly very useful, and I will be trying now these days to observe Mercury as an evening star, to see what his colors are, what his colors, usually greenish, but I don't know. Let's see what his colors will tell me. I didn't see him yet, but I'm starting now. And if you see him, please share with us. This will be interesting. I'm reading your comments always. So all the best. Bye bye.